Hi. So today I want to look at a couple of blocks that we can do where we're closer to the ground. So in martial arts training, if you go into a dojo, you'll be wearing specific clothing sometimes with a belt, and you'll have somebody in front teaching you a few things. And in my experience, a lot of what we learn may or may not be helpful when we're at home and we're dealing with violence within the family. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about that right now, but I'm going to share something with you that you can learn at home, and you can definitely share that with children. And I'm going to keep it nice and clean so that you can show this video with them as well, because I find that children pay attention to details in ways that sometimes we don't. So the first block series I would like to share with you is how to protect your head. There's different ways to do that. There's different names that are often attributed to these blocks, and I'm going to keep words out of it. I'm just going to demonstrate. And it's practical, not just for self-defense. Basically, personal protection can be a range of things. My son, for instance, blocked that way when he got hit by a car, and as he fell on the ground, his head was protected. And apparently he just bounced a couple times and got up and he was fine. So that's, his kickboxing training that kicked in. So I'm very grateful for that. All right, so the first thing I want to share with you is how to, keep your hands up if you can. And like, I'm in the process of getting up right now. So if there was a grown-up or a child, it doesn't really matter what's around me or something coming at me. I have an opportunity to block it. And it's interesting what we do sometimes in reaction to movement. We might look away, which exposes the back of our head. We might freeze, we might not see it coming at all, and then our hands are down, right? So without being hypervigilant, it's a good idea to be paying attention and be mindful of your environment, which is why I like to not wear earphones. Even in the house, it's not my preference, because I like to have all my senses available in case of an emergency, especially if I'm taking care of children, or if there's an animal in the house, I can hear them and prevent certain things from happening. So my hands are up here, which can help me intervene. When I go in crowds, if I work security especially, I tend to be a lot shorter, and I will protect my head with my elbow as I walk by. Like, let's say in festivals where I have to go in the middle of a crowd for a reason or another. But, just in a festival, if we're not working as well. And, remember, children are at the height of cigarettes and hands, right? So they're much lower than we are, and we're usually holding their hand. So they want to be protecting their face against things that are coming at them. So these blocks are a good thing for them to know as well. So this way, right, you can protect. And on the side here, your hand, when you're protecting yourself around your face, you want to have it a little further away than touching your skin so that you have time to react. So that's in front. And then you've got your side. I call that the telephone block, or you pretend that you're in a peanut shell. So you don't want to be keeping too much space in between your face and your arm. You want to tuck that in a little bit, so then I can still use one hand to get up, right? I don't use any hands at all if you have the capacity to do that. And then you've got your other side. You can do both. You can do in the front like this, nice and tucked in, right? You want to tuck in. You want to make sure that it's like a helmet. It's nice fit, right? You don't want to give it too much space. And then, at some point later, I will show you what it looks like to be struck and how to absorb that power. So for now, hands up in front of you here. That's called a parry block. I know I said I wouldn't mention anything, but that's what it's called. And then you've got your side blocks by your head. So we're going to keep it at that for today. And just practice. Practice tucking yourself in, keeping your eyes on a target. Have a great day.